Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, The Real Super Sam. Today is a brand new video and I hope you enjoy. This should make one or two of you very ecstatic to see my review on the first 6 issues of The Hulk, which was a miniseries until he was in Tales to Astonish, and then that title became a full Hulk title, kind of like Thor and Journey into Mystery. The Incredible Hulk issue 1 was released May 1962, which was before Spider-Man or Iron Man came out. As you can see here, the Hulk is gray, and the next issues he's green. That was because of a problem when printing the comic. He was always meant to be green like how he is today. Production-wise, Grey Hulk was an editorial decision as it made for easy coloring. However, this was working the continuity, and some of the following facts about these early transformations were later explored in the future comics. So the Hulk's original origin went like this. Scientist Bruce Banner is looking over a gamma ray bomb test, but he notices a teenager driving on the site, Rick Jones, doing this stunt to prove to his fellow teens that he's not chicken. Also, I had no idea Rick Jones was an orphan. Banner pushes Rick into a ditch/trench to protect him from the gamma rays, but he gets caught by them still, even though they're 5 miles away. And at night, Bruce Banner becomes the Incredible Hulk, and Rick Jones sees this happen and follows. Hulk goes to Banner's lab and knocks out a spy who was in his lab looking for gamma notes. The daytime comes and the Hulk transforms back into Bruce Banner. Banner hardly has any memories of being the Hulk after he changes, and Rick Jones, stating that Banner's his only friend because he saved him, vows to help Banner control the Hulk and keep his identity. The spy gets captured and sends word about the Hulk to his fellow Reds. There is a supervillain in the first issue called the Gargoyle, not the Grey Gargoyle, the future Captain America rogue, just Gargoyle. He is portrayed here as a little deformed big brain man, and a commie, and a threat to America, a threat to the Hulk, since after hearing a report about the Incredible Hulk, the Gargoyle wants to capture and control the monster. He sedates the Hulk and carries him to the USSR. While doing that, it becomes daytime and Bruce Banner is there instead. He and Rick are thrown into a cell anyway. The Gargoyle suddenly starts divulging how he wishes to be normal, and Banner, using radiation rays, manages to grant his wish. Yet Bruce Banner saves the day, not the Hulk here. Spoiler, Bruce saves the day as himself in the next issue as well. After this, Gargoyle is cured, and he turns on his leader and sends the two back home. And looking at this first issue, all these characters become huge in Hulk's mythos, and become Hulks themselves, like Rick Jones is A-Bomb, and the Rosses are Red Hulk and Red She-Hulk. The first issue ends with General Ross determined to capture the Hulk, stop the Hulk once and for all. While I'm reading the Hulk issues here, I never figured Ross is a bad guy, just doing his job, and even though he may go off, kind of like J. Jonah Jameson, I can understand it. The Hulk is treated as more of a villain, a threat in the story, as the second night after Banner knows about his alter ego, he drives far away from the population to protect others. In the first story, the Hulk is treated as mindless. It was a great first issue, first appearance. The Hulk, an ugly, cast-out monstrous threat, meets another one in Gargoyle, but one gets cured and one, Bruce Banner, sadly has to stay the same. Issue 2 came out 2 months later. In the story, these Toadmen from outer space threaten Earth with a magnet gun that can throw the moon into the Earth unless Earth surrenders to them. It's kind of funny how they're stopped, as they kidnap Bruce Banner, but he becomes the Hulk at nighttime, and he breaks out of the ship and goes back to Earth. I kind of wish every issue at the start had Banner saved the day with his brain instead of the Hulk with smashing. That would have been a huge surprise. Now let's talk about issues 3, 4, and 5. In issue 3, Thunderbolt Ross manages to trick Rick Jones into leading the Hulk into a spaceship, then shooting him off the planet Hulk vibes. But Rick Jones calls the ship back to Earth. When he does, he gets a weird shock. That shock manages to get Rick Jones to order the Hulk around. And that leads into a new supervillain plot from the Ringmaster. Yeah, Hulk issue 3 was Ringmaster's first appearance. He also has his circus of crime here, with the Clown and Cannonball being the only memorable ones. Rick Jones orders the Hulk to come save him after he gets hypnotized, and the circus of crime try to stop the Hulk, and there's a moment where Cannonball is fired at the Hulk, but Hulk just uppercuts the guy out of the tent. The circus thinks that they've captured the Hulk, but it was just because the Hulk was still without getting orders from Rick Jones. Eventually, Hulk breaks out, and then the Ringmaster is captured by the FBI. I like how here, after Ringmaster and his circus rob the town, he just leaves everyone in a trance after he leaves. The story about the different Hulks we get here, with different exposures to radiation, definitely not as drastic as the future, but one is mindless Hulk, one is mind-controlled Hulk basically, and one is Hulk with Banner's mind. I thought it was a bit much, but I did find it pretty interesting when Bruce Banner came back and he was paralyzed after it was the Hulk one time. Another story has a spaceship land in a city, and a huge brute comes out called Mongu. He challenges the strongest Earthling for a battle. If they win, he leaves, and no invasion on Earth. The thing is, this was a trick from the communists, as Mongu was just a robot, and this was all done to capture the Hulk so they could clone his strength back home. Though this time, the Hulk has Bruce Banner's mind. He's still a very brutish though, some Hulk and a part of Banner Hulk. During this, we see Hulk drill underground to destroy Sonic's sound gun, pretty cool way to use his strength. Issue 5 had the first appearance of Tyrannus. He was banished by Merlin of the Otherworld and now wants revenge on Earth, but he knows he must get rid of the Hulk, so he kidnaps Betty Ross so he wouldn't get attacked. His plan fails and apparently he dies at the end of the story. Now the final issue here that I'm going to be talking about today, issue 6 with a villain named Metal Master, also being a threat with the power of magnetism. Kind of weird that two bad guys in the first 6 issues here used magnetism as a weapon, kind of like they were pre-testing out Magneto or something. In the story, Metal Master wants to take over Earth, because where he came from he got banished, only the Hulk stands against him. Maybe as the Metal Master tries to convince the Hulk to join him, and Hulk realistically thinks about it since the world hunts him down, fears him, but his ego tells him no. Out of all the stories in comics this decision has happened in, this honestly I think was the best time. One that makes 100% sense why the hero would think, hey, why don't I team up with the bad guy? But ultimately, the Hulk wins, and just the threat of getting beaten by this green guy, the Metal Master turns everything back to normal and leaves Earth. There's basically a relationship or a reason for Betty to love Bruce Banner, not especially since he's always around her thanks to his job, but I think she falls in love with him way too much, way too fast. I mean, with 2020 vision and a bit of darkness, I'm surprised that this didn't turn into such a thing as like Ant-Man and the Wasp's relationship. I really didn't like this start here to their romance though. It was really fast and she just throws herself at Bruce Banner. And you think about Hulk's evil, kind of reckless identity as the Hulk, you think that would be more, they were going to dark relationship territory with these two, but so far no. Well, I liked how they put Ross also on Bruce Banner's case as well as the Hulk, so Thunderball Ross totally dislikes the Hulk character. One more thing, issue 6 is the first appearance of the Teen Brigade, a worldwide group of teenagers led by Rick Jones to help superheroes and police. So, I'm just going to say, the same month as issue 6, the Hulk was also in Fantastic Four, issue 12. Alright, so almost every issue, Bruce Banner has a strange transformation into the Hulk, and not just becoming the Hulk, but once having the head of Bruce Banner with the Hulk's body. And when that happened, he wore a Hulk mask over his face. Anyway. There was also a time when Bruce Banner becomes very muscular and he slowly shrunk back to normal. For the first 6 issues, I really liked that. I made every time an event like a little different. You never knew the challenge of the Hulk-Banner relationship next. Yeah, they don't have the transformation happen because of, stress here. It's activated because of a radiation gun he hits himself with. He causes himself to become the Hulk and Bruce Banner on purpose. Though, over time, it does become harder to get the Hulk to transform back to human. Hulk talks a lot more like a normal person in these issues and loves destroying things, but he actually articulates that he likes it. Long story short, it is a different type of Hulk, but not bad like Professor Hulk nonsense or something. Also, he never says Hulk smash here as catchphrase, and there's a moment where Bruce Banner is still in his sane mind with the Hulk's body. People still view him as a monster though, and that gets Bruce Banner to, view Hulk a bit more realistically. He's also still green when that happens, when he has the Hulk's brain, even though in the future he's green, I'm pretty sure, or gray when that happens. In conclusion, this being the first real time I've read the Hulk in a straightforward back-to-back way, I really liked it. It's unbelievable that the Hulk, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, X-Men, Daredevil, Ant-Man, Iron Man all felt unique and different from one another back in the early 60s. They were all astonishingly good. All those mags were entertaining, action-packed, emotional, and pretty much never repeated characters or storylines so close that it was noticeable. This is another great character, a lot more interesting and adult than most people would think at first sight. After this, Hulk was in the first 3 issues of The Avengers, then a star in the Tales to Astonish series. And that was my review on the first 6 issues featuring the Incredible Hulk. I don't know how much more I'll do on this channel live when I'm reading through the Hulk, but with that said, I'm just going to leave it at thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.